Hey, we back again, man, in this TiggPolitics, you know what I'm saying? And before we get into financial services, right, I learned how to make money, save money, and build generational wealth from my financial service advisor. I can get you in contact with him. We can get you set up and scheduled for a Zoom call. You can learn what I learned, and from there you make a decision on whether you want to move forward and do more with it, or just know it's there and come back later. But if you smart, if you love your family, if you love yourself, if you just a person that wants to have actual freedom at some point in your life, if that means in your 50s and I think you need to holler at your boy. Don't make all of this hard work you doing right now go to waste. That's all I'm basically saying. Okay, so this video right here,
we flip it for men who spend money on a woman.
It's Melanie King. She asking, are single women able to become wives? Now, I'm going to answer that question real quick. Yes, they are. Even the ones with kids. Now, are they going to do what is necessary to become wives? Probably not. And I'm going to honestly say I think more is required, honestly, when a woman comes into the relationship with kids, because of the fact that none of these kids is his. Right. But that's just my opinion on that. You know, I could go deeper into it, but let's see how deep they go, and we'll, let them talk, then I'ma talk, then she go talk, we'll just do it like that. Let's go.
A woman. If every man spends tons of money on every woman he dates, it's very easy for him to get used. Because those women are going to be like, even though I don't really like him, it's too financially beneficial to leave. You see what I'm saying? And so if he's doing it and he's in control and he understands, I spend my money because I don't mind, that's a different story. But I'm talking about that dude who's trying to gain the affection of a woman, trying to, win her over by spending. Well, that dude is going to get caught up in some nonsense. You know what I'm saying? But if he met the woman that really liked him, he wouldn't have to do that. You feel me? And I make the same argument even with the sex thing for women.
So in other words, did you catch her? Was she caught or bought? I caught mine, I ain't bought mine. You dig what I'm saying? So did you caught her or did you bought her?
When we really, like, if we really feel like, yo, this could be the one, at the very least, we're a little bit more patient. You know what I'm saying? We may not say, okay, we're going to wait till marriage or something, but we'll give her more free time where if we meet this other girl and we just think you look good and we want to rock with you, but we know you ain't going to be it. But we're not going to be as patient with you. You know what I'm saying? Because we're only keeping you around for those benefits. So if you're not providing them, get the hell out of here. Right. But the other girl, we really like her. So the same thing happens on both sides. Like, you'll see a lot of situations where I've had dudes say to me, they keep meeting women who on the first date ask them for money. You know what I'm saying? Ask them for cash app, ask them for all this.
I've never had that experience.
So here's a...
Hey guys, it's your girl Melanie. So I
ain't never had that experience before either, but I ain't gonna lie. It was one girl that I was trying to get to pull up on me at the shop, because I was working at the shop one time, the shoe store or whatever my brother had. And she gonna have the nerve to text me talking about she need gas money or some shit. And I left that home red.
came across this video and it's on the Hardly Initiated. I've never heard of this channel and I haven't even watched this whole thing. But they have a video that I'll link below called The Only Advice You'll Ever Need, Tips for Women Looking for Marriage. I've watched part of it. Some of the things, like little tiny snippets, and some of the things I agree with, some things I don't. But I think it would be interesting for men and women to hear, and particularly this segment of it, they're just talking about, like, you know, women, what they need to do in terms of, you know, securing a relationship, and the cost, you know, benefit analysis of doing wifely duties for a man that is not committed to you.
I'm gonna try to pull Melanie King. Me and my girl gonna get Melanie King, dog, because Melanie fine, first of all, but it's something about her. It's something about her. That was just a moment I had. I know my girl will like her.
You, or also a man spending money on a woman that he's not committed to, and then also the drawbacks of being a 304 and running these streets, being promiscuous. Hot girl, summertime.
I was like, yo, I know dudes who make way more money than these dudes who have said this to me, and they're never getting asked for money. The difference is when women meet the dudes who actually have money, but it's not just having money. Those dudes are actually dudes that outside of their money, they're desirable. All right? So the woman sees value past your money. She's not going to be rushing to try to get your money because if anything, she's concerned of trying to come off as a gold digger. So she's going to be a little bit more hesitant. You see what I'm saying? Because she really likes you. If she doesn't really like you, she'll have no problem asking you for money like this. Same thing happens on the flip side. When we really, really like a woman, we're a little bit more hesitant to like push the sex thing. But if we don't care, we're just like, whatever.
One of the things to talk about is that a lot of times, you know, for men, why so many men are hesitant in the dating market, and because so many women now who are modern, you know, it's your body, you can sleep with who you want, do what you want, you're a boss chick, you don't answer to no man, you're not going to be submissive, all those things. And you may not be that, but there's a lot of women with that mindset, and they want to use men for their money. But y'all know it. You may have done it inadvertently, or you've done it on purpose. Whether it's a foodie date, or you wasting this guy's time knowing you're not really into him. So you want to get as many resources and as many benefits from this man because you know at the end of the day he's not who you really want. You just have a need, even though we're independent and we're all these things. This is where I get confused. We're supposed to be independent, we're as equal as men, but then at the same time, you know, we're modern, but we want them to be traditional and pay us for our time. And it comes from this warped mentality of how marriage is set up, that the man takes care of his wife in the old school where he pays all the bills, he's spending all this money on her, tricking off. Well, you're not tricking off, you're married, but you know what I'm saying. So we want men to play that role, but when it comes to doing things that he may need, we're like, girl, no. Like, hey, that's for a wife. But you don't see how that man doesn't see that him spending money on you and doing all these things, he could be like, nah, that's husband duty. But we would get mad and say that dude is broke and dusty, and how could he not, like.
Well, I just be broke and dusty, shit, because I ain't never got played like that. Ever. I'm too fucking smooth, man. And I always approach females looking like how I look. So it's like they never go think I got money, but they gonna know that I'm a nice dude, and that's what's gonna have them interested. Like, well, he is nice. He do have a lot of cool people around him and stuff. Like, cause I'm cool. Like, I just don't care about nothing that nobody like. I don't care about nothing that y'all care about. I promise you, I don't. Like, y'all care about a lot of shit that I really could give a fuck about, honestly. Like, and now that I got a baby, I care about my girl and my baby. That's it. Before the baby came, it was just my girl. Now it's my girl and my baby. So with that being said, it's like, as far as caring about certain shit, I don't. And hopefully I'll be able to teach my daughter to not care about certain shit too. You know what I'm saying? Cause, it's just certain shit that don't matter. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it don't. But, I ain't saying that don't have nothing, don't have fun, don't enjoy life and shit. But don't let that shit become everything to you, to where if you don't got it, it's you know what I'm saying? Like, everything just falls. And that goes for people and things, honestly, because if somebody pass away and you put too much into that person, and now they gone, and now you gone because they gone type shit. You feel what I'm saying? But anyway, man.
Oh, like, I'm a bad bee. He's just lucky to spend time with me. And that's one side of the coin. And then also understand that then women, when you're really into men, you need to hear this. When a woman is really into you, into who you are, she's not going to be wanting you to trick off bag, all this money, take her on all these trips and all this shopping. It's a woman, if a woman who is serious about you because you do those things, keep in mind, you'll never know, is it you or is it because you're spending that money? And if you ever lose your job or you want a budget or whatever the case may be, that woman is not going to stay loyal to you. She is not going to want to be with you because you're not giving her what she wants no more. So, and it's difficult because then also it goes into sex. A man who's really into you says he's not going to be pushing for sex all the time. He's not going to just come over late night. He's not going to just, not talk to you or spend quality time with you. He'll spend quality time, and they talked about this in a previous clip, of how, they'll keep, if a woman's cooking and cleaning and doing all these wifely duties, trying to prove her worth to a man, but he knows he's not really invested in her. He will keep her around because he likes that she's doing those things. And the same thing with sex. He will keep you around for sex and these benefits because that's where he sees your value. And we think that we can sleep our way into a man's heart. We can cook and clean our way into a man's heart or to demonstrate this value. But if you don't start with the right foundation, if this is the man for you and you start investing that, and you don't understand the difference, you don't understand that if a man really wants to wife you, he was going to want to have sex with you. You want to have sex with him, but it's not going to be pushed. He's not going to be, right out the gate. Give it a little runway so you guys can actually get to know each other if he is serious. Because a man, generally the one that you want, the one you may be dating, he will have other options. So if he just wants sex, he can get that anywhere. So I think this is why I want to have more balanced conversations, because there are two different sides to the coin that I have encountered. Right? And I think a lot of us have done it backwards from our, how we were raised, what we saw, our environment, our friends, a lot of our delusion, I will say, and no one's really taught us what are the right ways to do things to get the best results for our lives. But let's continue.
That makes a lot of sense. And women.
And she ain't lying though. It becomes a thing after a while, basically.
I can see that. Like, women, they know what those guys look like, what they sound like, everything. Yes. And they can really dig into a guy. I actually was speaking to a young lady, and she was, over the spot. I'm not going to give a timeline for her, but she's over the spot, right? And I'm like, she's over for a couple of days, and I'm just looking at, kind of watching what she's doing. I'm like, she just has not done no work. Like, no work. So now I'm like curious. I'm like, what do you do again? we go skip that whole part about what she does. So, and then I'm like, how do you pay your bills? And she was like, well, I do this and I do. She kind of got in the gig economy kind of thing. She does odd things. And I was kind of adding things up. And I'm like, can you really afford to live where you live? And she was like, well, yeah, because I got some. She literally told me, I got guys that help me out. And I asked her, I'm like, what does that mean? What does that look like? And it's guys, like she has a team of guys that help her financially. And I'm asking her, like, why would a guy do this? I'm very curious, like, why would a guy do this? And she's like, well, they know I got this going on. They know I got that going on. And her thing was, they just want to help me. So of course I'm like, so they not helping you for free. And she's like, no, like I would never. You should have seen, I would never have sex with these guys. They no. And I believe her. It's real. But it kind of made me sad for those guys, because this woman is over here dealing with me. I'm not nowhere near contributing to her lifestyle or nothing like that. But yet she's spending time with me, and all these guys are affording her bills. So these women, man, like they really are aware of how to get what they want. They got the game.
I'm curious to know what you think about this too, because
I'm not gonna lie. I tried teaching girls how to use, they women like nature, but the right way. You know what I'm saying? Of course, females don't listen. They end up being the ones that bite the dust. Meaning they the ones who look like boo-boo fool. But anyway.
It takes a lot of energy and effort to properly court somebody, especially as a woman. So now it's another conversation that's also going that women should date multiple guys, right? And as you can imagine, you talking about, selectively cooking for a guy, building a relationship, getting to know him. What do you think is is it healthy for a woman to introduce that much energy into her life when she's, dating one at a time? The triangle offense. What's the best way for a woman to court if she's serious about finding a long-term partner?
Yeah, I always tell women, do what you can handle. You got to be real with just.
I don't know what Melanie sign is. She look like this Aries, I know. Young bit too. But just because she look like somebody don't mean that's what she is. But I feel like shit Aries. But she just looked like the girl. She just looked like her. She probably a Virgo. But anyways.
With yourself. A lot of women cannot handle dating multiple men. You know what I'm saying? And properly evaluate the men and understand who to choose. What happens to a lot of women is they date multiple men and they basically form Voltron with these men and they have this one man out of all 5 of them that this one gives me money and this one I can talk to and this one does this and this one does that. But the thing is, if your goal is a serious relationship, all of that is holding you back. You know what I'm saying? And now, your ability to be emotionally available for the guy who could be serious about you and be something special is going to be severely hindered. So to me, it's just about what you can handle. If a woman can genuinely handle multiple men without getting caught up in the hype and letting all 3 of them be like her one man all put together in one, then cool, do your thing. But if you can't handle it, then don't do that. It's pointless.
I would say to this is when we talk about male orbiters, and this is, ladies, you got to understand, men are not stupid, men are not slow. I mean, these dudes, and she claimed paying her bills.
I would say don't do
and
shit
she
at all.
ain't never done anything with them. She ain't never done that Gok 3000.
She
has
fucked somebody.
I would never bust it.
She had to get one on. Like, for it to stay consistent, I promise you got to give up some type of ass. Now, you can prolong it for a long time. I can tell you that much. Cause I had females in the past that was getting money from niggas too. You feel me? Hell, my girl don't even got money from dudes before. You feel me? And after a while, they get to a point where they want to hang out, see her, chill, and all that. And I be like, well, we know what time it is. That's the end of that road. You feel me? It's time to go ahead and find a net sucker. You know what I'm saying? For real, cause at some point they gonna want more. And if you got them, if you keep them for the long term, you had to have given them something. Whether it's new videos, videos of you playing with yourself, whatever the case may be, something you got to give them something else that's gonna make them stay and continue to basically give you money, bro. Period. So she either was sending them nudes, some type of solo content, something. Like, I'm telling you, I know, cause like I said, I done had females that was getting the money, bro. And then when it got to that point where they wanted to either hang out or get nudes and all that shit, it was done. On to the next sucker. Now what you could have did is find some videos of people that look close to looking like you or whatever, but sometimes that don't always be. They want to see your face. But yeah, let's just continue. And Melanie, cause Melanie probably put some money through.
Bust it open for these men. They just pay my bills because they just want to. Now, I know there are some thirsty dudes out there that maybe will do this, and that's on them. Y'all got to get your brothers together. But I'm sorry, I do not believe in today's society that it's all these women are getting all this money from a man they're spending time with. Okay, we're not talking about women doing sex work like on OnlyFans or something. He pay his $2.99 or whatever a month in order to look at your stuff. Okay, you're basically a sexual service at that point. You are meeting his needs for whatever it is he's looking for. But he's just going to keep spending all his cash on you, and you never with any of them. I can see some, but none of them, and they're funding your entire lifestyle long term. Ma'am, stop the cap. Stop the cap. And this dude's talking about, I believe her. I believe, and I'm like, dude, why? Why? If a woman is willing to scam men for money, okay, she already shown that she does not have good intentions towards these men. She is using them specifically for their money. Why would you believe that that is an honest woman? Right? Okay, so it's same thing, ladies. When a man and someone, he's got all these women that he's dating, but I don't sleep with any of them. I don't have sex with any of them. Stop, sir. Stop the cap. Let's just be honest about these things. So we've got to start making better choices. Now he's saying about if a woman can handle all these different men, she wants to be married, but she has all these different men in her life. And he's talking about energy. I was thinking of, Big D energy, because she handled all that Big D energy. Let's be honest. Can we handle it? A woman that is able, and this is proven. I've even done. I did a short on this, and I actually think I did a video about it, where a woman who is able to disconnect emotionally, from having sex with a man consistently or multiple men, and she's able to do that. That is not in her natural biological feminine nature. That is usually stemmed from childhood trauma, from trauma in relationships, could be personality disorders, other things that are going on, because it's not in the natural feminine nature for the majority of women to be able to sleep around like men do. Men naturally were designed to spread seed. They can separate sex. They can have zero emotions for a woman and consistently have sex with her. They may be fond of her, they may like the sex, but they don't go further than that. They're not thinking about, how in love they are with her. And a lot of us women get confused and we think that we can move like men, but it puts us in a masculine frame. And it's not that all men move like that. In fact, there is a rise of sexlessness among a large percentage of men, especially in the West. And there's various reasons for this. But so there are men who are.
That's where the power at, man. The power is in us, man. We can't keep busting these nuts for these hoes, man. Straight up. They feel like they got power. Oh, he want this pussy, da 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 da. I make babies, da 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 da. If I nut in you, bitch. That's the problem, bro. Men gotta understand that we really got all the control, bro. Like, girls act like they don't be wanting no dick. Imagine every female in the world just couldn't have no means of getting themselves off. They will lose their fucking mind, bro.
Reap the benefits from these multiple men and have sex with them as well and receive my benefits. What place in your life is there now to meet a husband, to actually become a wife? Because as soon as that one man that you meet or that you really like, you'll, for a season, you will feel a certain way, especially when something is new. But as soon as, you want to go on a trip and he's like, well, I don't really want to spend the money on that right now, can't afford it. She will start to think about how her old life was, where she had all these men. If one wouldn't do it, another one would. Mm-hmm. So is that woman going to stay faithful and aligned with that man?
Probably not. It's all good questions. Let me get back into it, though.
It is. Like, when I grew up, I've had some very wild friends. Let's put it like that. I grew up with some wild folks. And with wild women and wild men. And I had this one friend. She was a woman. This is in college. Super wild, so super promiscuous. She was like a dude. Like, she didn't care. She did what the hell she wanted. And she had these female friends, and they would all be like, yo, like, damn, we want to be like you. And she would tell them, like, listen, if this ain't who you are, don't force the issue. Like, you don't know if you really want this life. They would all try. They would all fail miserably. They would get emotionally damaged. They would get caught up. All these things, and they would have to come to her and be like, yeah, you're right. I'm just not wired that way. So a lot of people are trying to be something they're not. You know what I'm saying? And they're just trying to do what society is telling them. So even some women who are promiscuous, they're doing it because they think that's what they're supposed to do right now, rather than that's not really what they want. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? And they're still trying to figure themselves out, and they're letting friends and society influence them and push them in different directions that doesn't really work with who they are and where they really want to be in life.
I don't take that same position. I believe, we can't treat women, we're adults. We're grown women. We have careers, education. We know how to, work our money. Take care of ourselves. We are functioning adults. We're smart. We're intelligent. We're autonomous. We're independent. We're free. So I don't think I think it belittles a woman's free choice and free will to say, well, that's not really what she wants. She's just doing it because she's not sure. Are there some women like that? Yes. And they may even, maybe deep down inside, it doesn't feel as good. But you cannot excuse a person. You can't excuse any of us from free will and free choice. That to me is women talk about misogyny all the time. Well, men saying no, that's not what you really want. You're just doing it because of X, Y, Z. Isn't that a form of misogyny? And I'm not saying that's what he's doing. Get what I'm saying with this, okay? I don't know smoke with this podcast or any of the guys in it. I'm just trying to show. I'm trying to give an illustration of how this, in society at large, us women, we're excused when we do something bad. We're given an out, and it's assumed that female nature, that women in general are more, we're innocent. We don't have that. By nature, we're good. By nature, we're just good women, and we know this. As you know, there are plenty of women who are not good. Women you dealt with in your workplace, friends, ex-friends, bullies, women who have tried to take your man, women who try to compete with you in different things. There's not this kumbaya sisterhood where all these women are great and good women. So we've got to. It's just assumed, and that women have good intentions, and that women are just innocent in it, and they're being victimized by men in some way, or victimized by society because they're choosing to hop on multiple D's. There could be some truth to it, but that is not the case that I'm seeing out here today. So if a woman is making that choice, it's not our job to try to change her. It's not our job to try to. This is one thing I get from Medium Man. And, one of the things I like about his channel is that he's not trying to change anybody. He talks about, listen, I'm going to give you the information as is, but, you do with it what you will. I'm going to give you the advice that I think you should follow to get you better results, the data and the research, but you are still, it is not our job to try to change people who have made their choices. We're all grown, and no one's a children. Women are not children.
At the end of the day, she's speaking all facts. These females gotta stop playing like they just stupid. Well, they don't be playing. Men, stop being stupid to these women. With these women. Eve, the one who listened to the snake, not Adam. At the end of the day. So, there you go. There it is. That's how you know that they ain't no good. They need to listen to us, not us listening to them. It's TiggPolitics. Make sure you can get in contact with me if you want to know how to make money, save money, and build generational wealth. But make sure you like, subscribe, share, comment, all that. Everything will be in the description, man. We out.